Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am here with another quilt block. We are going to be doing a Wonky 4-patch. Have not done it. I am learning as I go. I came up with this block because of the Wonky 9-patch that I did a while back. I will have a link down below to that. And I thought there must be a Wonky 4-patch. Well, I did find one video that had Wonky 4-patch in the title, but she did a regular 4-patch and then just turned it and cut. We're going to take the shortcut route and make 4 blocks at a time. Each 4-patch block will only consist of 2 seams, so it's very easy, and when you're done, you have 4 blocks. Now, I want to say a couple of things. Obviously, you want 4 different squares. You can cut the squares any size you want. I'm going with 10. Do remember that they will be smaller when they're the finished product. I would go out at least an inch, maybe even an inch and a half. So if I start with 10-inch squares, I'm thinking I might be able to get a 9-inch block. It might be a little smaller. The other thing I want to mention is if you wanted to go ahead and make a quilt, you have several options. You could make your entire quilt using just the same 4 fabrics for each set. Let's call the 4 blocks together a set. You could make all the sets out of the same fabric, or you could make all the sets out of different fabrics or a variety of fabric. Also, the 4 blocks in the set will all be cut the same wonkiness, meaning the same angles. If you do another set of 4, you could use the same angle again, or you could change the angle. Changing the angle and the fabrics, that makes it as wonky as it can get. But it's all up to you. If you do not want to change the angles, you can make yourself a handy dandy little template. Get a piece of construction paper or a cereal box or whatever you have handy. Even just white copy paper will work. And cut a piece as big as your square, and then take it off and just use your ruler or whatever and cut an odd shaped angle. And you can use it for when we're cutting in this direction, and then when we're cutting in the other direction, you can use it again. So let's just get started with the block. You're going to take your 4 blocks and you are going to stack them one on top of the other. Don't be worried about them being lined up perfectly because you can always square up your finished block. Let me get a little closer if possible. Oh, that's better. This is where you could use your handy dandy thingy and then, just put your ruler there and cut. Actually, I probably should have been this way. Okay, take one side, lift it off, and put under. Just one. Now we're going to go to the machine and we're going to sew these 2 together, right sides together. When you put things together that are cut at an angle, it can look weird if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to flip this on this, but you're going to match up the corners, the points, there and there. It's going to look crooked here. That's perfectly normal. You just want to match up that line and sew. Now I have this. I'm going to finish these, and then I'll show you the next step. One thing I forgot to mention, which is very important, we cannot screw up the order of these blocks. So when you sewed the first 2 together, put them upside down somewhere. Then when you sew the next 2, put that upside down right on top of those. Then when you sew the next 2, the same thing. You need to keep them in the order that they were in. All 4 blocks. Now I'm taking these blocks to the ironing board, and so I'm going to take my top one and put it upside down. I'm going to iron to one side. It doesn't matter what side. Then I will take the next one and I'm going to iron it in the opposite direction. The next block goes in this direction, the next block in that direction. You just want to alternate the direction of the way you lay the seam down. It's not crucial that you do that to the seams, but it will make cutting through all of this stack easier if you do it that way. So now, without changing the direction, I just want to stack these somewhat in the same position. And again, these are wonky, so it doesn't matter. Now we're going to cut in the opposite direction. Where are you? Right there. So again, you can use your template if you want. And just lay that down there and cut in that direction. Then actually move that up a little bit and make it a little bit wonkier. If your blade doesn't cut through, you can always use scissors. Let's put this way so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to count 1, 2. And this time I'm taking 2. I'm not rearranging their position. I'm just taking the top 2 off and I'm putting them underneath. Now when we sew our blocks together, each block will have a piece of the different color fabric. No two will be alike. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm taking these 2. I'm going to go sew those together. I'm going to do that to the whole stack. I have them all done. I'm going to go just press to set the seams, and then I will open and press them and show you. So quick and easy. We have 4 blocks almost done. You would want to square them up. For some reason, one of my blocks came out much shorter than this one. But I can absolutely get 9-inch blocks out of these. So if you want a 9-inch block, you should be good with 10 inches. If you want a 12-inch block, cut 13. I would still go 1.5 inches bigger just to be on the safe side. And in case you do sew something with maybe a little bit wider seam, which I must have done with that block. I think this is awesome. You can turn these any way you want. If you did another set of 4, you could use different fabrics, or like I said, you can change the wonkiness. Anything goes with this. I am going to take some pictures, and I'm trying a new thing that I figured out so that I can show you some images of what you might be able to do with these blocks. So watch that little presentation right now, and I will be back with more soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!